Spoilers for this video here. Skip to the time in the top right corner if you want to avoid spoilers. But otherwise, previously on Hardcore Zomboid. Nearly 2 years ago, I faced my first 100-day challenge, going up against elements I knew I wasn't capable of completing. And I perished about a quarter of the way into my desired goal. I then put myself up against various challenges over the next year. Insane challenges where the zombies got progressively more difficult. Entirely different zombie types that altered the way the game worked and made you play in ways you didn't think you would ever have to. And I return to this series today to put what I have learned to the test, and in today's world that I'm going to show you, and puts the other world that I done to shame. The question I'm asking you though, can I survive 100 nights? First off, let me clarify what I mean by the hardcore series. It's a world that is most likely going to end up in me dying. It may not be difficult for you guys, but for me, this is a challenge that is bordering impossible. So I ask you go in with an open mind. Zomboid is a sandbox game that is potentially infinitely difficult. I could attach my balls to a car battery, and each time I take damage, I lose a percentage of having my future children. Please note that there's difficult, and then there's excessive, as I have previously demonstrated. As I get better, future worlds will be more difficult. Anyway, moving on. So I'm going to quickly discuss the settings of the world. It's January on the very first day, meaning it's already winter, which is very difficult, especially since it's build 42. There's no way to actually get water collectors to be useful. It's going to be snowing instead of raining, so water is going to be a problem in the later days. Sprinters are enabled on the lower mount. I think low means about 6%, and infection is on, but saliva only. There's no cures to the virus this time, no amputation, nothing like that. Once I am bitten, I am screwed. I initially had plans to double the population from the previous hardcore world, but for some reason in build 42, the amount of zombies is absolutely abysmal. So I'm keeping the population on normal here, and the start multiplier on low. There's already enough zombies to justify this being like an insane amount in build 41. The peak is on insane. It's also a case of they've updated endurance. Like, I remember the first time I played build 42, I think I could kill about 3 zombies or maybe 4 before I literally had to sit down and rest. So it's unfortunate. I really wanted to make the numbers higher here, but this was already a struggle. My apologies. Especially with sprinters and bandits enabled, which I'm going to get into later. Zombies will be respawning as well, of course. Loot, I've kind of kept semi-rare. Like food I wanted to lower drastically, but this was already pretty bad as it is. I wasn't finding any books for a lot of these runs, and it would take me days to find axes or like a decent melee weapon. As a matter of fact, the first melee weapons I'm actually getting are off the bandits I'm killing. I didn't want to make it any more rare currently because it really was a struggle. Once I complete this, I think I kind of want to lower these even more. So darkness during night is pitch black. On build 41, this was already pretty brutal, especially in the later days, but pitch black night, like, I may as well have my monitor turned off. Build 42 darkness is insane. When the power goes out and there's no street lighting, you are screwed. Temperature and rain are set to the worst settings. This is bordering on cryogenic winter. Not as bad, but you know, it's brutal. Especially if you start getting like holes in your clothing, you're gonna freeze really quickly. There's of course bandits in this game. They start off pretty simple, and you can actually get a decent bit of loot out of them, which I quite like. But even by like day 25, when the later ones start coming in with guns, they are so brutal. In terms of mods though, it's mostly quality of life stuff, a few gun mods, common sense in the occupations, just for a bit of fun. I have also enabled Horde night, so a certain amount of zombies will spawn in and usually will come to your base and attack you. It's a bit glitchy, but at the very least there is massive hordes spawning around you. Even if I clear the area and I don't leave it, zombies will spawn in and flood the area. So we are up against quite some harsh stuff here. I should also clarify, this was streamed live, and you can also donate for certain things to happen. If people wanted to, they could donate to spawn in zombies, or delete one of my weapons. At least I'm able to monetize my misery. There's the list, if you want to read through it. There's a lot of traits here. I install a ton of mods for them because it's just my favorite thing to do. If you don't like that, I apologize. But let's go through them. First of all, dynamic traits are enabled, meaning depending on moodles and skills and such, you can gain more debuffs and traits. Being strong means I also gain other things like pack mule to increase my carrying capacity. However, it also gives me high thirst and hunger, which makes sense because if you're strong, you have a higher calorie intake. The only thing to note about it is that it makes it a lot more expensive, as you can see here. It goes from like I think 10 to 16. Injuries don't make you as slow. If you gain like a burn on your foot, for example, instead of having a massive limp, it would just be a smaller limp. Quick rest, which was super necessary considering how fast endurance goes down in build 42. I took these, Tinkerer and Technician, so that I can hijack cars and hotwire them. The main ones over here you have to worry about on the like bad trait side. Allergic to pills, so be careful with how many pills you're taking, otherwise you end up choking to death. I didn't want to take anemic, but I was running out of things to take that weren't like genuinely super annoying. So just pray to God I don't get bitten on the neck, otherwise I just die. A ton of depressive stuff, which is actually a lot worse than build 42, because anxiety and such literally wakes you up in your sleep. It's super annoying. Let's begin. I spawned in, and like every other playthrough, began to loot around my starting house, praying for a weapon of some sorts, because I was really going to need it. Off the bat though, the rare food settings didn't seem to matter, and gave me a ton of goodies to start me off. Very, very welcomed. Flashlight, heavy duty. Oh, we have a weapon at least, that's good. Ah, come here. Dink. That shouldn't have made me laugh, but I know it was the noise, right? Like, it wouldn't have been funny without that, but I was not expecting that sound. I really put my back into that shit. Boxes of canned pineapple? Oh! We take those. Oi, you cheeky little f***, where'd you come from? I slowly continued to loot, and made my way up to Rosewood's fire station. This was requested of me to base here at some point, so I'm doing it. After about 7 hours of fighting and looting, I arrived there, and of course, knowing build 42 zombie populations, despite what I do, I will be fighting a lot, even when I got there. Of course, being a fire station, I found firefighter gear, which is amazing for bite and scratch protection, as well as a decent bit of insulation, which I will need for the cold weather. I could really do with an axe here. After putting away all my food and items that I didn't need into the fire station, I also found an axe that I really needed, and could continue to do other things. My main goal right now was to loot the police station. The earlier the better. Oh, good condition, just no gas. It's the story of my bloody life. Yeah, we're just gonna have to sleep, it's way too dark at the moment, so it's experiencing do I have any painkillers? Oh. I wonder if I have any painkillers in here. Oh. I can get to sleep now. And this is where I quickly regret taking stress traits. I don't know what in build 42 made it worse, but this kept happening. I might wake up with a nightmare here. Yeah. This is painful. After a nightmare-filled night and a very poor sleep, I was able to head to the police station. Oh my god. Also, there seems to be a weird glitch happening. Let me show you an example first. Okay. Okay. You guys saw that, right? He just appeared. These trees don't have leaves on them, but I can't see through them. And hurry up, I'm freezing. Oh, tough day. Let's holster. And that means I can put you there. Great. An M14. I'll take this. I don't need any more magazines, really. A 223 and 556 suppressor. Take that. Overall, this police station had quite a few goodies. A decent amount of ammo, some new weaponry, a suppressor, which I couldn't use yet, but who knows. So it was a good start. Hopefully other police stations around the map will be just as good. I then slowly hauled all of it back to my base. Praying to God I didn't get jumped, because I was not in a position to defend myself. Pray we do not get jumped. I have a feeling whoever that survivor was is currently not very alive. You see, storage system is the most unrealistic thing to exist, not gonna lie. I'm inclined to agree. I fit a barbecue in a glove box. I believe you. There's a few things they could work on. I then tragically missed my favorite show ever. Oh, hold on. Carpentry. Storage. Wait, did I miss it? Oh, you Okay, see, this is where you kill multiple at once. Every zombie around me will come to me, instead of vice versa. Using my guns, I wanted to clear the area around the fire station. Too many times I've got jumped and a run has been failed. Doing this now means I don't have to do it later. As for the rest of the day, I sorted storage stuff and then read a book, specifically a mechanic book. Knowing how much I crash cars, I figured it might be a good idea to be prepared. I don't think the 1 point from slow reader is actually worth it. And I have a metalworking book I could read as well. However, as I was reading metalworking, it would seem my dude wasn't up for the challenge. Oh, good night. Oh no. My friend. No. Stop. You're missing the day. Okay, well, I can't waste any more time. At least we're full on fatigue. I think it's gas station time. I needed to get fuel for my car, shockingly. Muldra was the next step. However, as I was going to get some food and water for the journey, I was visited by someone. I'm not dying. Oh, what's up, brother? You're not very good at this, are you? You got it. Do I kill him? Using what fuel I could scavenge from other cars and such, I used it to get to the gas station. I was going to need a lot of it for trips to Muldra, and eventually I would need it for a generator. It was best to clear this early, so I could use it whenever I needed. But at the very least, there's not a lot of them here in comparison to the previous run we done. Afraid nothing comes up behind me, and we got this. Did you know if you run into a tree driving 9 miles an hour, it fixes your entire car? Better get to it. Wow, it really works. Fishy approved. Survivor house. I really should check them out at some point, because they're supposed to have good loot. I fueled up my car, got some additional gas cans for later use, and then I could go about my day, or what was left of it. The first thing I wanted to do was go to the survivor house that opened up in the garage next to me. I was curious to see what kind of loot I would get. Really sorry, I'm gonna have to sacrifice some of this car, because I really want to get in here. I need to just sacrifice my thingy. Oh sh. Yo, what the f? This motherfucking tank is sh. Zombie, take him. I gotta go. He just tanked 15 bullets. That motherfucker John Wick. Oh sh. Oh. These survivors had quite a bit of gear on them. Some canned goods, medication such as painkillers, some armor, and weaponry, involving a machete, which is absolutely brutal. Especially for day 3, it's going to make my life a lot easier. Painkillers, yes. Corned beef, yes. After collecting a repertoire of many goodies, it was time to head home. Utterly exhausted after another day of fighting. That was a very productive day. I think we can sleep today away. On day 4, it was time to go to Muldra, a dreaded trip that has killed me multiple times in these runs. Here's to hoping this one's different. I'm trying to limit how fast I go here, because I know for a fact a car is going to appear in front of me and I'm going to crash into it. Yep, like that. Holy sh**, why is Muldra so packed these days? Just barely arriving into Muldra, I was already met with a massive group, and 2 men fighting for their lives, and ultimately failing. My main motivation, which is weaponry, led me to the police station first, although it was impossible to enter at the moment, for there was a massive welcoming committee. So it was time to use a classic strategy, shooting my gun out of a window, praying that the car didn't fail, otherwise I would be quick to receive a bite. However, there was a bit more than I anticipated.
Holy shit.
Shockingly, guns are loud, so I decided to evacuate this area and head downwards to see if I can take them on in smaller sections. But it would seem every area in Muldra currently had a small group of about 8 to about 15, regardless of the area. It made things quite complicated. Using guns was only proving to be ineffective. It was causing more issues than it was worth. So I found a fence to defend myself and prepared for a long melee battle. It was a risk, but I really just had to get those guns. Especially with the peak being insane population and bandits slowly getting stronger. I was going to need a good supply of weapons and ammo. I'm a little scared. Wait, why does that keep happening? They just keep getting stuck.
That boy is stuck in time.
By the 9, you tweaking. Worth just sleeping for the night. But I don't know yet. I cleared out a significant portion of the zombies here. However, it got too late for me to continue. It was far too dangerous to continue during pitch black night. So, I slept in a nearby house, and will continue tomorrow. Hello there. I see you are 15 minutes into the video. I can only assume that means you're enjoying it. If you are, then please consider subscribing, commenting and such. It dramatically helps me out, and you will see all future content. And leave a comment telling me what you would like to see next. Enjoy the rest of the video. Day 5 was upon us. A 20th of the way there, I decided to continue up the street to continue to clear the area. But unfortunately, once again, knowing me, this had to happen. Okay, we gotta go. Due to this unforeseen event, I attempted something else. Using the car's horn, I tried to lure them away so that I could deal with less when I eventually got out of the car to fight them. The only exception was when I took a moment to kill the sprinters. After that, I continued to drag the slower zombies further up the street. After seemingly getting the majority, it was time to move away. They would continue to walk up the street to find me, and I could go behind them. God bless the machete. Oh sh**. This is nothing we haven't faced before. Come on. Oh. Taking your sweet time right now. Hatchet. I guess I'll grab it, because I think blades can actually kind of become dull on this now, so... Right, come on. Come on. It's been about an hour and a half since I got out of my car to kill the zombies on this road. I hadn't even made it into the police station yet, and I'd already killed about 40. Is that a bear backpack? Yes. It was approaching 3 hours of combat now, and I still hadn't entered the police station. I've got a second one somewhere. I must have left it somewhere. With my machete broken, I was pushed back to my starting position, and I was even exhausted at this point. Thank God for Leadfoot. Machete blade. Oh, well, you must have... must have figured out how to repair weapons. First things first though, I need to chill, because I am absolutely exhausted. After a grand total of about 11.5 hours, I was finally able to liberate the police station, grab the stuff I needed, and get out. A bunch of ammo and weapons I could use, and it should last me until higher level bandits come in with better weaponry. Very tired. Might be worth sleeping the night away again, actually. Yet another day stranded in Muldra. I had to take refuge in a random house. I will sleep here and then finally leave tomorrow, calling it a successful expedition. Day 6. We were approaching the end of the week, and we were making good progress. I was finishing up the last sections of the police station today before heading home. There was an entirely new basement section within the Muldra police station, so my favourite location has now even got more loot for me to explore. The underground section was very interesting. A medical lab of sorts, containing all kinds of equipment such as needles to repair deep wounds, random office areas filled with filing cabinets, and another section of armory, a storage unit filled with ammo and guns, doubling effectively what I've already taken. Muldra was already my favourite, so this kind of, it really helps cement it as my favourite. So I quickly looted up, grabbing double barrel shotguns, rifles, and variations of ammo, and I was able to head back to my car. And that was a very successful adventure, and I will be well prepared for whatever comes my way, hopefully. Of course, knowing my videos, it's never usually that easy. That's a problem. Why is that one just kind of stuck? Okay, you just spawned in. Okay, you just spawned in again. If I get bitten by a zombie that's invisible appearing on top of me like that, yeah, like that. At long last, finally, in the car and moving. Oh, ooh, I'm not the brightest. Oh, and they missed the turn it. Oh, I didn't even see that. Well, might have to swap out car soon. Okay, I didn't mean to do that one. I'm actually just an idiot. I literally looked at the chat for a second and my car started to swerve. After beating my car into a pulp, I arrived home and could finally unload all the crap that I got. You can go, whoa, that is a big scope. Anyway, oh, you're chill. The rest of the day was very chill, in fact. Simply a bit of inventory management. The day was soon to end, and it was time to head back to Muldra for the rest of the stuff I needed there. Let's go grab that other car before we head down to Muldra. I don't want to risk this car's condition getting any worse. Let's go. I just saw an icon for a survivor house. I kind of want to explore a little though. There's a lot of them. Using the same tactic as before, going slightly below the location I wanted to visit, and then taking the zombies on in smaller groups, progressing upwards. This means I don't take on 50 at once. Oh. I continued to do this for a little while. It didn't really help much, as a majority of the zombies were already on the main street, attracted to the noise of a generator, as well as the shooting of survivors. It would seem I would have to resort to using my gun, praying the car didn't fail once more. It was a heavy investment, but it could be worth doing. Judging by the zombies surrounding the building, it was going to take some time. I wish I had a rifle or something right now. This is gonna take me way too long with a pistol. Okay, cool. And my glasses just got dropped as well. Actually, if this narrow path might help a bit more. A very close call. A zombie creeped up to the car and managed to get an attack off despite me shooting it. Luckily though, it was only a scratch. It made things more complicated though, as I have short-sighted, meaning my glasses have now fell off and my aiming skill is going to be gradually worse, just to make things a bit more difficult. I was doing this so long deep into the night, to the point where eventually my character was getting tired, and I was actually getting through a huge chunk of my ammunition. Oh my god. I think I'll deal with this later. We have officially survived our first week, but we still have a long way to go. I found some prescription glasses on a zombie I killed, and headed back up. God. Hey! Yeah, you're a sprinter. Oh. Yeah. There's a lot of sprinters here. Okay, this is what I mean. You see this guy? Yeah, like, what the f is that? This is a survivor house. I kind of want to loot this, but it's taking a long time. I need to sit down. Getting to that point now. It was a repetitive process of dragging a few zombies from the crowd down to me, praying that all of them didn't come at once, otherwise I was definitely going to die. At the very least, I'd have to leave again. This machete is serving so damn well. I would have legitimately died without it, I think. A slow process of killing was now done, and I could begin to loot the area. Let's hope it was worth it. 44% fuel. Yeah, here are all the dead guys. Oh my god, yes! Finally! An actual backpack. And they even have a machete in here and a bunch of books. I'll need to get rid of some of the things I don't need, I guess. Put one back. Lovely. Maybe worth grabbing one. Oh, and magazines. Yeah, I mean, this is good stuff. I guess since I'm here, I guess I can look for maybe some of the necessary VHS tape thingamajigs. Oh, like woodcraft. Slightly let down by the things that were here. However, the backpack with the books was an incredible find. However, I did waste a lot of ammo getting in here. I grabbed what I could to make it as worthwhile as possible and prepared for the bookstore, if I had the room for it. What the f***? I hear a zombie. You got that? Wow, you were particularly useless. Good job. Before moving on, using this now dead and quiet area, I took a quick nap as my character was reaching very high states of fatigue. I'm still... Okay, whatever. So close to being able to loot this place. It's taken us so long. There's just a few more. What I'll do is, if I run these guys out, my car's going unbearably slow right now. Due to my fatigue being very high, I decided to use the car as a weapon. There wasn't too many, so the car wouldn't take too much damage doing this. The risk of getting out outweighed the damage the car would take. Unfortunately though, the bookstore didn't have a lot of what I needed. For some reason in Build 42, there's barely any skill books in the libraries. Mostly it was just books that reduced stress. I grabbed what I could, and then decided to leave. I guess it's time to... Oh no. I don't even want to kill you right now, I just want to go. With it now being very late, and being absolutely exhausted, once again slept in Muldra. Are you noticing a pattern at all? On day 9, I forgot to grab the farms from Muldra, which I normally do. There was a few farms in Muldra with already grown food, which if you know in my previous videos, is usually a good source of food to start me off with. It's why Muldra is one of my favourite places to be. So it was time to head up there. Getting that, there wasn't much more reason to be here, at least for the time being. That wasn't a very smart decision, was it? However, in terms of food, there was a lot more than I expected to be here. This was one of my first experiences with actual animals in the game, besides the rat, of course. So it was time for me to do a little bit of learning. These pigs would provide a great food source if I could get them back to my base. I'm just gonna butcher these guys as much as I can. It then occurred to me I was unable to put them in my car. I would have to put them in a trailer, one of which is able to store animals. Fortunately, there was one on the location, so I was going to have to figure all of that out. I should note, however, for you, I didn't really look up anything about Build 42, so this was probably a terrible idea to start Hardcore Season 2 in a version of the game I knew nothing about. But hey, I do love to debilitate myself. I'll come back for you, little fella. I gotta put the meat of your family in my car and then grab potatoes. Don't trample on the crops, you I might come back to these chickens. I don't know. I'm not sure how to get them into a car or whatever. I passed by the garages and looted them before I headed out. Nothing dramatically amazing was here. I figured I'd do it while I was here. Saves me another journey. And the pitch black night is pissing me off as well. May when the challenge I set myself is difficult. Fucking shocked emoji. Oh, but we're home. A tenth of the way there. Wonderful. On day 10, it was time to go to Rosewood's bookstore. Muldra was disappointing, so hopefully Rosewood had something within it that I could use. With the new skills in the game, I'm not sure how much I'm going to need them, but it's better to be safe than sorry. As well as a bunch of other tasks I had to complete, such as finding a generator for a start. Horde night is still activated. There's definitely just like 20 zombies and like a massive horde somewhere around my base. There's a fence here. Okay. Still a little too many for me to feel comfortable running around them. Sorry, car. I'm gonna have to sacrifice you a little bit here. I couldn't do this for long, however, as my car was already reaching death's door. It was a risky time to be out in the car right now, especially on the main street, with bandits and sprinters all around me, but I went for it. Stupid as I am. I learned how to make an armor of some description. I don't even know how to repair these, really. It's a good thing I have a backup one. Many hours of fighting later... Okay. No, in fact, I won't be getting... Oh. The best weapon of all, the car. Nothing particularly interesting happened. It was a bunch of killing again. I got what I could out of the bookstore, and then found a new car. A van with a bigger storage space. This is going to be vital if I intend to go to any other locations and have to bring things back with me. Okay, I'm just gonna sit and enjoy the show, I think. Are you a friend? Oh no, you're not a friend. Oh. It was actually a very successful day. I filled up the van with fuel, got the books that I needed, and a bunch of other loot, and I thought I was done for today, but unfortunately not. That's my inventory. The time has come, they are done waiting. I hear them. I now had to stay up a bit later, despite my exhaustion, just in the off chance that 20 to 40 zombies didn't come through my window to try and eat me. After waiting about an hour in-game, I just decided to sleep. The zombies weren't coming for the location seemingly, however I will have to be careful about random hordes appearing somewhere nearby my base. The next day, on day 11, I began the early processes of beginning a farm. I'm not sure how effective farming in winter in Build 42 is, but it was worth a shot. This was also useful for collecting worms, which unfortunately I was having no luck with either. Worms were for some reason rarer in the winter as well now, meaning that food was starting to be a scary concept in later days. It would be kind of rough to rely on killing entire teams of bandits in order to keep myself alive. However, I was going to focus on the possible food that I have, and that would be the pigs and chickens I found earlier. It might not be the best method, but it is a good start, so hopefully this is the last trip to Muldra, otherwise I'm going to go insane. Before going there though, there was one small detour I was taking, a annotated map with a possible gun supply. Okay, gotta go up that way. Okay, I think this should be the trailer that I'm looking for. Oh sh**. Yeah, this is it. Shh, give me all. Go through. There wasn't many things there, but every little bit of extra help I can get, I will take. Next up, I needed to collect the animals. Holy sh**. Okay. Where did you all come from? You're coming with me. You're my friend now. Oh. Whoa. Oi. Oi. You're coming with me. This is gonna be a slow haul back. An office? Is that possible? What the f*** was that? I think I just saw the Herobrine of Zomboid. I returned home safely a few hours later, with a bunch of new loot and a generator, which I needed. Nothing special happened on day 12. It was inventory management and base building. I attempted to put a log wall around a door within the fire station to turn it into a place where my pigs and chickens could rest. Though I was having a bit of difficulty with the new crafting system. I might actually just have to start forcing action and then deleting the resources or something. Oh, sh**. Unfortunately though, my animals began to die of thirst, so I had to very quickly give them some water and then find a suitable temporary location for them. However, this brought a lot of issues. Brother, chill. You good. Come here. Come here. Brother, are you eating that human? For some obscure reason, I could now stretch this rope that was attached to the pig into infinity. So I had to restart my game and pray it wasn't having the same issue. If I can spawn in an animal, I might have to do that. I cannot move him. 7-8 pick that. Okay, I'm removing it. We're gonna have to find out a way to, because that thing is glitching my game out. Like, look at that rope. Okay. I decided to make the indoors the permanent residence instead. It would save me a bunch of time. Not exactly the healthiest place for animals to be, but I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't matter. I'm about to find out anyway. Now I just need to add some food there and I need to get some water. And keep the hay in here. What was once a office area is now essentially a rudimentary barn. I'm just praying the animals don't die or something because of some weird hidden rule that I don't know about. This world was going wonderfully. A great food supply, a great weapon supply, and everything in between. But there was one thing I wasn't ready for. Okay, well, completely unexpectedly, I passed out in front of the oven with food cooking, and that only means one thing. The end of your base. Oh. Once again, I was threatened with a fire taking everything I had. This theme is far too familiar to me at this point. I grabbed a bucket and desperately got to work, making sure to rid this fire completely. I thought I had most of it done, but random fires kept appearing right by my feet, and on top of that, a bunch of thieves were entering my base. Why does it all come crashing down all at once? I know, brother, I'm coming. Come on. Extinguish the please. Everything's going wrong. The fire basically took everything I had again. A lot of my food supply was diminished. A lot of the ammunition I had in crates was basically burned to the ground as well. I had some stuff, so it wasn't completely over, but this was a big thorn in my side. Once again, I can't believe I keep coming back to house fires. Why is this? Anyway, I just went to bed straight after. There was not much to be done for right now. I was exhausted and it was late. It's time to increase the difficulty once again, as if it wasn't bad enough. To say what I knew the next move was going to be, I would be a liar. I know what that means. There's a guy behind here and I can't... Oh sh**. I have a feeling my world is about to get reset here. Oh! Brother, you're on fire. Oh god damn it, why you gotta be on fire? Give me your food. That's all I want. With everything burned down to the ground, I was going to have to start from scratch. The first and most important thing I was going to need was a fridge. And if you don't know why, it helps me preserve food over longer periods of time. Without it, all fresh foods will rot within about 3 days, making farming and fishing and even foraging pretty useless in the long term. I have to put myself down to about 10 weight here. 10... Right. If I'm correct, there should be enough weight dropped so that I can pick up a fridge. So how do you get water? I'm probably going to have to go to, like, there's water dispensers around. I can pick up them. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to a source of water and boil every... Oh, sh**. Fridge is still on. So if I'm correct, I should have just picked this up. The second floor doesn't matter if there's holes in the building. However, it does matter if there's holes in the first floor. Especially if there's a farm down there. Because it doesn't matter where I put the fridge now, does it? I'm so I'm so f***ed. However, the Zomboid gods were giving me a bit of a break here. A survivor house opened up nearby, and of course, being me, I really needed the loot, so I headed straight there. Whatever survivors were here, evidently have perished. Well, at least we got our generator back. You. You had some food in them at least. Holy sh**. Well, I had to get lucky at some point. Damn! Where'd you get all this? With another new fridge, a generator, and a supply of food, it was a good start for repairing what I had lost. I was going to have to work on repairing some of the building sometime soon, otherwise bandits and zombies were going to flee in, and it was dangerous, especially considering I had a farm, which is about my only supply of food currently. Without that steady supply, I was going to have to resort to some pretty desperate measures to stay alive. I'll level foraging later. I need to see if I can get some fishing done. Let's head to the Knox Bank. Early on day 15, it was within my agenda to find some paper clips to create some fishing rods. Fish was a great source of high-calorie food, so that I don't lose too much weight, and then lose my strength and fitness in return. Getting this done early, and hopefully later in the day I'll have time to fix up my base. But let's see how this goes first. Getting to the bank was quite a struggle. Time was getting on, hordes have spawned in, meaning there was a ton on the high street, and getting to the bank took me a lot of hours.
I've already cleared this streets before. Why is there so many? No. No. They really need to improve the sounds of the AI. Like, I know they're not supposed to be human, but you could at least try.
3.5 hours later, I finally made it into the bank with only about 3 near-death attempts. Next, I needed to get myself into one of the rooms with all the office gear, and if they don't have a paperclip here, then I'm going to be very mad.
When did the bank get so f***ing full? Oh. Oh. I've not even entered the damn thing, and I must have killed at least like 6. Oh, hey, none of that. At this point, I've killed the population of Rosewood. Can we wrap this up, please? I just want a f***ing paperclip, dog. Oh, what the f***? Whoa, this is unreal. Okay, hit your target, please. Oh, hold on. Oh. Like, I just want a paperclip so I can go fishing. Let me just sit down for a damn minute.
Several hours later, about 200 zombies later, I just gave up on this. It wasn't worth going any further. I might come back for it, but I had other things to do. I was getting tired and it was already very late.
Oh my f***ing god, you stupid f***ing What the f*** was that?
Don't do that.
Alright, bye.
Early on day 16, I had to deal with a bunch of intruders again.
Well, this is Horde night. My machete broken. Oh, yo, my fella. You trying to hit me? Okay, I'm coming. Oh, mate, you... Okay, well, you were particularly useless.
Later on, I decided I needed a new car. My van was hella damaged and was now missing a wheel, so it was time to replace it once more. I made another trip to Muldra to pick up additional animals for my farm. Chickens were a good source of food because they consistently laid eggs for me. Originally, I wasn't going to go grab them, but I think now with the burning house situation, it might actually be a good idea. While I was here, I also obtained some of the crops, most of which were dead, but there was still some stuff to scavenge here. Shortly after, I then picked up the chickens and put them in my trailer. With it being so late, however, I took a quick rest in Muldra and headed back in the morning.
Hey bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
The day started pretty simple. I placed my newly found animals into their new home, killed another human being, and then attended to my farm. The main problem I had to deal with today was getting a campfire down. Even indoors currently, it was freezing, and that was going to cause hypothermia, causing me to die. And if I didn't die from that, the illness that follows would. So it was time to begin foraging, in order to find some stones to make this.
Only animals are common here. What did you have on you? Oh, thanks.
We continued this deep into the night, and the next morning I went to get myself a new oven.
As long as the power's on, I have an oven now, so...
As for the rest of the day, the foraging journey continues.
Hey. I'm just saying, all this fire is from the fire department.
No luck on finding much stones, I decided to look elsewhere. A barbecue provides cooking as well as heat, so let's see if this is good enough.
Photograph of 2 women kissing. Right, thank you Project Zomboid developers for really making sure that was in the game.
As for the rest of the day, I continued to forage and loot. Nothing particularly interesting happened. For day 19, I spent it reading a few books such as Carpentry Level 2, and then attempted to level my metalworking. However, I was in for a grim surprise.
I'm pretty sure you're metal. Yes, you are. It's not leveling anything. So how do I go about leveling? How do I level metalworking? Is it purely from creation now?
To sum it up, unlike in build 41, the only way to level metalworking is to create things with it. before, where you could dismantle items to level it. This made it significantly harder. Now put in this awkward situation, I now had two things to do. I had to gather metal in order to begin making things to level this skill, and two, I wanted to find the other parts required to build these new items, such as the anvil. I wasn't sure how important they were, but I figured it would open up a lot more metalworking things, and it may make it easier to level it up. Honestly, I'm going into this kind of blind, so let me know in the comments if you know any other better methods. Knowing this, would you be shocked to say we're going back to Muldra again? Yes, I know, I'm sick of it too. There's many things I need. In order to make cement, I'll need bags of sand. I'll also need metal sheets, and I don't feel like I'm going to find anything around here. So, we were off to the warehouses once more. Unfortunately, on the way though, I lost a pretty vital piece of the car.
That's a tired one, huh?
Arriving in Muldra, I began to search industrial buildings, looking for metal, and the metalwork expansion kept on giving me some trouble. I found a new contraption of some sort. I figured it might have helped me, but I wasn't certain.
Oh, huh. This might be the thing that I need to, Can I pick this up?
It really goes to show how blind I went into Build 42, doesn't it? I was getting ready to move on and perhaps find a new car, but then I ran into some trouble.
I'm gonna hotwire one of these cars. That's not good. Why can't I hit any of my targets?
Would you be shocked to know, once more, I get stuck here all day, killing zombies? No, neither am I.
God, hit the target, please. I need to fend off like 7,000 of these. Okay, that lag was terrible. That's terrible timing there. Oh. Okay, f it.
Like before, the gun usually causes more issues than it's worth in a city like this, so I decided to use the car to try and save some ammunition and preferably stop more coming in.
Yeah, and bandits just spawned next to me. Wow, I'm actually going to be here all day doing this again. That's my second wheel out. It's still never ending, and I'm getting way too tired to fucking deal with this. I have no choice but to use my guns. But the guns attract attention. It's like... Wait, how? Oh, f this, we have to be done here. This is actually f***ing ridiculous, man. Look at the corpses.
Today was genuinely quite a disaster. I spent far too long killing zombies, and it was late into the night now, so it was very difficult to travel back. Also because I had next to no fuel within the van. I couldn't get back to Rosewood, and I couldn't get to a gas station because there'd be far too many zombies in pitch black night. So I had to go south of Muldra and rest for now, and I'd have to deal with it tomorrow. But this was bad, and you'll find out why soon.
We just have to go for it.
After one of the most rough nights my character's probably had yet, I had to set out getting either a new car with fuel or finding a fuel source. The closest one was probably my old car, however it was surrounded by zombies and was quite a fair trek away. It was also dangerous because my character is still tired, and this lowers his strength dramatically, making melee effectively useless. I also won't regain endurance while in this state, so I had to be careful.
I can't do this. I can't. I actually just have to wait. Like, I have to sleep. I'm just gonna have to find a bed or something somewhere. Pray there's something up here, because I just gotta go. Oof.
Fights that normally were super easy to get out of became significantly more challenging. Trying to balance endurance whilst also having to crush their skull 20 times more, it was just a risky endeavour. You didn't want to be doing this.
Okay, cool. If that's a bite, I'm gonna be so pissed. My game just lagged so bad there. Actually, at my limit. Oh my god, I'm gonna die here. I just need a nap and water soon. I don't even care at this point. Just give me water. I have to clear an area. Like, I physically have to. I'm ridiculously tired. I'm at my max fatigue. That's it. I have to pray.
This theme carried on for quite a while. Simple small fights that normally took maybe like 10 in-game minutes were now taking me probably like at least 10 times longer, as they were taking about 20 times the amount of hits they normally should. Effectively, this wasted an entire day.
Oh my god, that was so unnecessary.
Fortunately though, due to dynamic traits, I was actually able to catch a break.
Are you joking? Please f*** off, I'm begging of you. Oh, second wind hit. Oh my god, I have a second wind. No. No. I forgot I had that. Oh, you guys are f***ed now.
For once, dynamic traits was actually able to help me. Normally, it was just causing me to be extremely tired, depressed, and stressed. But due to my high athletic skill, I also gain a perk known as Second Wind, meaning when I'm getting to the highest states of exhaustion and fatigue, it actually allows me a second chance for a full recovery. I completely forgot about it, but thank god I had it, otherwise I don't think I would have made it back. I was able to get to the car finally, and make an actual plan.
I don't know my PC, but my, oh, yeah, we should go. I'm in the pitch black. Why won't my van start? I literally can't see.
My van had no fuel. It would not start up, meaning I was going to have to risk getting out of the van in the pitch black night, completely unaware of where any zombies are. This could be my final moment.
Holy sh**.
After that terrifying incident, I decided to quickly get the hell out of there, fill up the van while I could, and head home. I've had enough trauma for one day. But this came with its own complications.
There's got to be something I can do here to make this easier. But there's already 3 in here. You need to fall. You need to fall. Thank you. Come on. I don't have time. I don't have time for this. I do not have time for this. Light of the bash of the door.
This was genuinely like playing like a horror game. The only source of light anywhere in this world currently was just my flashlight. Without it, it was pitch black. I wouldn't be able to see a thing. If I ran out of batteries, I was screwed. If I didn't turn around every 2 seconds to check if there was something behind me, I was screwed. All this for metalworking, it's almost not even worth it. It took me literally all night and early into the next day to finally get moving. With no power, I wasn't able to get fuel from the gas station at all, so I had to abandon my van and grab a car that actually did have fuel. It was a complete mess. Today and the previous days were a complete disaster.
After all of that, we made it. And we got nothing to show for it either.
But however, it was only going to get worse. I had to stop for a rest, but unfortunately, my character was sweating his ass off.
Drenched. Why?
Due to this, in no time, I developed a cold. This causes a bunch of issues, and actually puts you on the road to dying from a fever. Wonderful. Later on, I rested, and woke up very early the next day. A survivor house opened up nearby, and being as far behind as we are, we may as well go and check it out.
I'm gonna check out, Survivor House. Holy fuck. Woo!
With it being day 23 now, the bandits were starting to get a lot more powerful, with larger numbers and regularly having handguns, even rifles.
You better reload, and you better back this quick. That guy with the gun there, he's gonna be the biggest pain in the ass. Oh sh**, what the f***? Get off of me. Oh my god, I'm getting my ass kicked here. How did that not do any damage? My armor just came in clutch as f***. Wish I had a gun with more range here. My MX skill wasn't high enough either. Oh. Alright, got me good there. I'm losing a lot of HP. I think I got the gunner.
I came extremely close to death there, under 50% HP, and borderline a concussion for how hard I got hit in the head there. But at least now, all the loot that they had is now mine. There was a lot of guys here, and they were very geared, so I was looking forward to seeing what I could get.
I don't know. Ton of food. That's good stuff. What's in here? Caffeine pills. Let's go. I need those so bad. I'm gonna take some caffeine pills here. Oh.
Mostly to note here, a few books and an absolute ton of food, which is going to be perfect given my circumstances. It's also high calorie food, which is going to be very useful for the long term. However, I was starting to have a really bad issue with the cold. I was reaching states of hypothermia, and the house itself wasn't providing enough warmth. I was ending up in a vicious cycle of not being able to do anything, because if I left the house, I would begin to freeze, but I couldn't stop how cold I was getting if I stayed in the house. Things were starting to look a little bit dark. And to top it off, something even worse happened.
Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, god damn it. My boots. I'm not having a good time right now.
Unfortunately, my boots' conditions were so low, when I stepped on glass, it penetrated right through into my foot, causing me to have 2 deep wounds, and I'm basically unable to walk at the moment. All the problems were starting to pile up, and I wasn't sure how long I was actually going to make it here. And the barbecue wasn't providing enough warmth for me either.
Disinfect stitch. Surgeon needle. Stitch. That's one problem dealt with. If I pad my clothing and get the holes fixed, it would be nice. I'm also afraid to go to sleep in case I die in my sleep. The sickness is going down though. We're only cold now.
How long is this going to take?
See, 0 Fahrenheit, I'm gonna get obliterated out there. At least now I'm just freezing, but if I get to hypothermia again, I don't know if I'll live.
I resorted to some pretty desperate measures in order to stay warm. This included exercising. It was getting so cold everywhere right now that I couldn't even go upstairs without reaching hypothermia. I'm literally just buying time until I can think of an idea. Going outside right now was a death sentence.
My temperature just went up by like 6 Fahrenheit.
Truly the most desperate I've ever been.
It's gonna keep me drenched, but at the very least, it warms me up for a little bit. Sleeping comfort average. It doesn't matter, it's warmer down here by a significant portion. I don't know how long it's gonna take for this cold to perish, but if we keep warm, it should eventually just not be a problem, right? Okay. It doesn't matter, we can't stay in here forever. Okay, I'm gonna keep a stone in here. If we find 2 more stones, we might be able to make an actual fire. I don't know if that's gonna help, but it's worth a shot.
So my foraging quest continued to find stones. I also headed back to grab more loot, as I definitely missed some stuff. Some extra clothing, new boots were necessary.
Electrical, don't need it. More corned beef. Forceps, used with a surgeon to improve success rate of deep wound treatment. Oh, I guess I'm gonna need that now. Oh, good boots. There we go.
I was having more luck finding guns than I was stones at the moment.
Upstairs is still freezing cold, so we just rest maybe? Okay, that seems to have helped out a little bit. We're no longer drenched. It's just mildly cold now.
Essentially, once the drench status disappears, my cold can begin to make a recovery. I thought I was getting somewhere, but it kept creeping back. This was probably related to my stress levels, but I had no real way of getting it down again.
If it starts getting colder, we'll have to work out again. But we seem to be getting— oh I'm getting so cold again. But we have to exercise. It's the only way to stay alive.
After making it through the cold night, it was time to try and find some more stones. I needed the campfire as soon as possible.
Oh. I thought the power was already out, but maybe— oh Okay, it was a good thing the AI is glitchy as hell. Let's keep looking for rocks. It might be tragic to make a campfire right now, but especially if the zombies get set on fire and walk into my base, I think I'm just dead. Then again, my base can't really get burnt down more, so a world that is kicking my ass. Oh! One more. Are you kidding me? You're Bro's got a level 10 skull.
Another day, unsuccessful with collecting what I needed. It was the start, but we're still not there. I went to head to bed for the night, but unfortunately some others had some other ideas.
Oh. Oh, that was my face, brother. Can't move. hell. Move it, you dumb f.
And it didn't stop there. About 11 hours later, I had some even more. They were a lot more equipped.
These guys seem to be friendly. Oh shit, never mind. Okay, that's all we can deal with him. I don't have time for this. Got a lodged bullet. Oh my god.
Every day was an absolute breathless struggle, attempting to forage whilst being absolutely destroyed from two different sides. Zombies flooding my base, and if it wasn't them, it was armed gunmen trying to kill me, and each time they were nearly successful. After I went through hell and back, I was finally able to obtain the stones I needed, and I was able to make a campfire. And you wouldn't believe what happened.
Light fire with the wood splinters.
No.
After all of that, it was completely worthless. Campfires, no matter how many I placed, they would not light, effectively meaning I was just going to die. However, as much as you may not like it, my chat at the time, which I stream, you should go check it out, allowed me an indoor fireplace, as they didn't find it very fair that the world should simply end right now. And honestly, I didn't really see any other methods of getting out of this right now, so my apologies if that takes away the immersion, but honestly, like, can you blame me?
We can rest now.
The next day, good news finally arrived.
No longer have a cold. Holy sh**. We made it. We're actually okay.
I moved this fireplace upstairs so I could use my good bed while staying warm.
Now we may sleep in peace, and if we get set on fire, I'm going to kill many people.
Later, I wanted to create a defense on the second floor, so that raiders and thieves couldn't just break in and steal what they wanted to. At least not without a bit of effort. I even passed out again during the creation of this.
Oh, bollocks. I should have just went to bed, but I want to get this door, because I don't want to have to get robbed again. Let's barricade up. Ain't no one getting through here. Wait, did I f*** up there? I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Well, whatever.
Then, my foraging journey continued. I needed stones and clay and a bunch of other things in order to create furnaces, anvils, and other blacksmithing appliances. I believed this would help me repair my weapons and perhaps even build new ones. I also required some stones to make stone hammers and such, necessary tools, in order to build these things.
Thank you. Oh. Oh, that's really convenient. How is there still That fire that happened in the fire station was like day 8. And it's still causing like an entire wildfire.
As some time passed, I was gathering necessary resources and killing a bunch of bandits. They all had some pretty high gear, including M14s and M16s, giving me a bunch of ammunition. I was making a surplus for the later days, especially if they were coming in groups of 6 to 8, all with guns. I was going to need it. And it continued to go well until this happened.
I knew it. Deep wound.
Another deep wound, but this time I had nothing for it. I didn't have a needle or thread, and I was completely out of any other options to stitch it. My health kept rapidly dropping, and I wasn't sure how far it was going to go down, so I made a desperate trip down to Muldra, again, as there is a medical station nearby that I'm very certain will be some equipment that I can repair my wounds with.
There might be something in that van, an ambulance. If I use ammo right now, I die. But Muldra is swarmed, and I won't stop bleeding everywhere. If I deal with the sprinters, I can deal with the rest of them. I just need the sprinters dead. Okay, I'm gonna come back for this. It's not worth it. I'm on really limited time here. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Go, go, go. Come on.
I desperately fought the zombies away to check what was inside the ambulance, but there was nothing there that I could use, so I continued to move to the location I needed to be at. I wasted no time and opened fire. I didn't have time to slowly and methodically kill the zombies.
It's not worth it. Start the car. Why the f did I have to get a deep wound? Why did I have to not have any needles? Come on. Sprinters, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Please tell me I can get over this fence. Door. Open. Open. Oh, shit.
I got stuck here for a long time as well, and actually nearly perished.
I'm coughing my guts up. I gotta defend myself here. I can't run and I'm exhausted. I'm not going out without a fight.
And at long last, I got what I came for.
Stitch. It's rudimentary, but it works. We're not done yet, are we?
After probably the most threatening experience of this run yet, we could go home. And now I have stuff for future deep wounds. The difficulty of this world was getting very extreme. A ton of bandits, all of which had handguns at least, were constantly approaching the base and disturbing me during foraging. It was basically impossible to go out without getting into a firefight.
Shit, they got rifles, I gotta be careful here. Oh, you can deal with him. Oh, I don't see where they hit me from. It's right in the hand as well, that's not good. They got the range advantage, I think. I don't have high enough aiming skill. Oh my god, they do not fall easy. That's 3 men with rifles. There's guys with pistols above me. I'm dead.
At this range, they were taking no damage, up to 15 shots going through my ammo. I decided to retreat to my base, and jump them when they got close.
Oh.
Yeah, probably the most anticlimactic death I've had in any of these series yet. I've done so much wrong in this world, it's been a while since I've actually played. This is pretty much the end of the video, but before you go, do me one favor and listen for just a minute. If you've been on this channel for a few years, you'll notice that the uploads have kind of slowed down a bit. This is because I'm going to college and such now, and I'm probably going to be moving out soon, so life's a bit busy at the moment, so I do apologise for that. There's a bunch of stuff planned for this year, more Zomboid content, including D&D. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend it. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the second channel. I'll be uploading more content there, and the more subscribers we get there, the more incentive I have to make videos for it. It helps me out tremendously, and I know currently the world is in the financially, but I also have a Patreon. Me being a student and moving out and such, life's about to get very difficult for me, but if you can spare anything, it allows me to hire other editors, allows me to open up servers, and basically just live. This content is free, of course, but I really could use all the help I can get, so anything you can spare is fantastic. But just your viewership and your subscription is perfect, and leave a comment for me as always. I read all of them, so I appreciate anyone going out of the way to do so. All my socials are below, make sure you follow them, and let me know what you think of this little VTuber thing. I don't really use webcam on my main videos, so I kinda like this little thing. Let me know if you want to see more of it, you know, throughout the commentary in the entire video rather than just the outro, for example. I know some people don't like it, but I certainly think it's pretty cool. But other than that, see you in the next video. Take care. Something rolling around in the drawer. If you can find them and get over an 8, I will spawn you in a pile of 5 minutes. Do you accept? is 16.